All right, hello, welcome. This is Lucy the Bold, and we'll get started here in just a moment. Okay, so if you remember the other day when we were out and we were in the Blackmire because we land traveled from the Lake Heart Blood area up through here. We came in and over here. All right. And then we ended up finding this structure right here, an ancient passage way. So I want to go over there and check it out. First, I need to make sure I don't have too much stuff in my backpack. Alright, let's take some of the crab stuff upstairs. I don't have the coffee machines. I was going to make my girls coffee, but I don't have coffee. Because we haven't been able to get into that area until like today. So, alright. Wow. Both cats are stuck in the bookcase again, even though everything of theirs was moved. Crazy. Okay. So, let's see here. We need to go to the Blackmire fast travel. To change out a few things here. go. Alright. Okay, so let's see here. I think this is the direction that we want. Yes, it is. Alrighty. Oh, do I have enough? Okay, do I have enough arrows? 497, yes I do. Alright. We also found another campsite back up the road for Queen Jasmine. Now you can see in here, there is lava. And then you come in here. Now, I took another character through here yesterday, and you know how I am about wanting to break all of these things. I did not find anything in any of these. See? And I did it all the way through. And if you hear the sound, it's got a different therm sound to it. Alright. So remember, there's an eye stalker in here. I don't see the parts to those two guys that I just killed. I mean, normally they dropped a husk, and then you know, get the husk. Alright, stopping for supplies. Another note from Queen Jasmine. So they actually stayed here for a certain period of time. Alright. Now one of the things I did notice about this area, there's all of this stuff here. It's all throughout the place. Come in here, you can break all of these, but you'll probably not find anything. Things in my way. Same thing with this room. And I couldn't find anything else in here. And then Nothing up above either. Alright, so if we go through here, we get flour to the face. Now, when I came through here the other day with my other character to test this out, you know, of course the palm trees are dead and everything, you know, because they're all blighted. I did find, besides these things, I found one crab who was tainted, and when I killed him, I didn't get anything for him. Alright. And then I found this, and it literally is so big that I got 1,000 pieces of shroud slime, and it took me almost 30 minutes because I had to run back onto the other side, you know, of the building. So I'm not going to make you watch for 30 minutes as I destroy that. I'll come back and get it later. You do get a nice sandy pathway to follow. Thing, which will recharge you. Now, I went both ways on the pathway the other day, and the forward pathway goes on for a while, and then it runs into Deadly Shroud. So what I did is I came back and I came up through here. And then we're out of the shroud. I hear something. Oh, it's these things. I don't know if they're sunbathing up here. Okay. Let's set that as the waypoint. Because it looks like we're fairly close to it. And I'm looking for more of these paper reeds. The hornet flying overhead. Looks like we found the other queen's tents. Oh, and there's a color palette in here. A sudden ambush. Track through the mud, stalks, and marshlands until we reached a clearing beyond the tar, turned to water, and the reeds gave way to bamboo and palm trees. I lowered myself to wash my hands by a pond lined with daylilies, which reached towards vines and mossy stumps. Their vibrancy and scent reminded me of my love. Perhaps this moment of carelessness spelled my demise. A family of frogs sprung from the thicket, each more panicked than the last. I looked up and my gaze was met by a spear's tip that rushed from the shadowy overgrowth. Its reflection below, broken by the water's wake. The rumors ranged true. The Drac had returned, and in this moment I was facing their hunger for blood. As I held my breath, the spear wielder Drac let his eyes wander when his gaze found that of the ancients around. Well, okay. He straightened his stance, shouted, and dropped his weapon. With a splash, his blood coiled into a prayer pose. Sinking to his knees in the tarn before me, I rushed backwards, grasping a sharp rock as a makeshift defensive tool as I stumbled. Needlessly for the beast, revere my fellow travelers as messengers of their gods and gatekeepers of Ark Morgo, their land of the dead. How this fateful misconception was born, I am not privy to, but today it saved me from crossing into Ark Morgo itself. Had I been alone, I wouldn't have been so lucky. Queen Jasmine. Alright, what color palette do we get? The Revelation by the pond. Alright. And of course, we are right here. Oh, that's kind of cool looking. I mean, I haven't found any of these direct double spine one-handed swords or the similar ones that are two-handed in anything else other than the silver or the cheapy one, I guess is what I should say. It also surprises me too. They were carrying all of these sleep chambers with them. So I don't know necessarily what was up with that. Okay. Not sure why River Reach is blinking at me. See, this kills me. I've got this, but apparently I have to go back to River Reach to finish it. Doesn't make sense. I've already completed this. Let's set this one. I've already gotten these, but you know. We'll set it as the waypoint. It's actually not too far from me. That's also strange. They're not usually out and active on patrol during the daytime. Well, wait a minute here. These flowers are out? They also shouldn't be out. Gotta get him out of the water. Maybe it's getting to be evening? Which, if that's the case, I need to... like they're above me. Yeah, that's really bizarre. I mean, it's daytime and they're all out on patrol. Alright, what was I supposed to be coming over here for? The swim fins. But I've got swim fins. This is all very strange. Hello. Goodbye. Alright, big and ugly. And you get credit for, you know, when things die. So now those shroud guys that come out at nighttime, they shouldn't be able to fight in the water, but apparently they are. It's very bizarre. Okay. I'm hoping all I have to do is just be in this area. these right here. This is what you gotta kill. Just like okay. Now I don't think these swim fins are any different than what I'm wearing. Level 45. Seem to be the same. At least I finished it. Okay. Alright, let's eat that, drink that, and drink that. easier to find if it was daytime. It looks like I'm right on top of it. I don't have a clue where that guy's at. Great, I can't see down there either. know what? Maybe if I take my ring of light off, I can see better. Oh, that's a little better. Oh, there it is. It's over there. Is that a door? Is that a door? But there is something in there. There's a button. Alright, maybe a direct approach. Chest. Where are these guys coming from? Damn, there's a lot of these guys. But Jesus. So, yeah, be prepared for an onslaught. And I swear they were trying to knock me over the side. Expecting, but not bad, I guess. Alright, let's go back to our home. foods. Hey, let me check my chat window too. Okay. It's going pretty good, Mark Nag. Thank you. Thank you for asking. Oh, it's Altoids. Let's see here. Altoids 61 is my Twitch channel. But Lucy the Bold 6194 is my YouTube channel. So I tried using the same name, but Twitch wouldn't let me do that. So and it's all lowercase. All right. I typically, unless if you're wanting to carry on a conversation, I typically only check my chat about every 15 minutes or when I'm not in combat. I have a moderator, but they're playing a different game at the time. So, yeah. So we'll get back to the game, and then I will check again in about 15 minutes. If you have any questions, let me know. But definitely thank you. I don't think I got any rings out of that. I did not. One-handed weapons. It's a funny looking sword. And a one-handed axe. Trophies and sparks. Oh, where's my one for tools? Tools. I'll stick the new flippers in there. Stuff for in there, definitely. I don't think I picked up any new arrows. No, I did not. put my bamboo at? Must be upstairs. Ah, there we go. And color palettes. Night plants. Nope. Okay. Herbs. No. Types of wood, arrow bomb, veilwater, shroud parts. Oh, gems, there they are. I moved everything around, so, you know, of course, naturally, now I can't find it. Oh, yes, and I had cooking yesterday. Out here on the barbie. That's a seedling. So that I'll stick in here. Health regen, 9 to stamina. Crab cakes. Damage against wildlife and health, but it's not health regen. Stamina, ice resistance, 9 to health regen. And stamina regen. So 9 and 9. So this one's actually the best to go with for that. Alright. So let's see here. 5, 10, 15, 20. Then 5, 10, 15, 20. Mana regens. Melee damage, creamy mushroom spatzel. Looks good. Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20. Alright, so those lasts for an hour each. Okay. Alright, and now we have some dumb reason we have to go back over here. Oh yeah, the bard assistant. You know what, let's go get the bard assistant. Location below. Should probably drink one of these and rebuff my elixir craze. Alright, two separate buildings. Okay. Velma and Strust is over here. Oh yeah, there it is on the other side of that door. Art assistant should be over here. What's it here? Really? Yep, art assistant. Must have been a terrible song. What's up here? Okay, so that's the same way that I just came. That's the way I came. Note. Thought I seen something glowing. To the castle! Proper to plant my boots back on solid ground, masquerading as a soldier was an interesting... Huh. Okay. Alright, dude. I gotta do is fill up your stun bar. Alright, which way to the castle? Alright, we were over there. We gotta get up there. I think the easiest way is just going back to my portal. And let me check my chat window too while I'm thinking about it. Okay, strange your bitrate on your YouTube seems lower than on Twitch. Yeah, I know, and I actually have my bitrate turned up to like 40,000. So it's crazy. Oh, cool. So you're all right. You're the one that asked about the water well. Awesome. Yeah. The light ring. Um, let's see here. I got to think about this for a moment. Yeah, I'm trying to remember where I got it from.
Hey Meta, start slow mo.
Yeah, it was a really long time ago. I want to say that I actually got mine out of the Queen's Chamber. The Queen's Chamber in the Meadows, I think. So yeah, I think I got it out of the Queen's Chamber area because I know it drops in the Meadows area. You might even be able to get it from um, oh oh. So you're saying from the Nomads? Wow. And when that's the case, then it's probably out of one of the hidden tombs or something. I don't know. Have you tried researching it on Wiki, Enshrouded Wiki? Yep. I know that the rings are random drops. It's just like um, my characters. It's just like the Ring of the Ancients. You know, you you have a better chance of finding it in the Kindle Waste area, but I have found them in other areas. So you know, from that standpoint, you know, they are random drops. Ah, yeah, I'll look into that and see for calls. You're talking about for the ability to be able to call. Oh, just normal chatting on Twitch. Um, yeah, let me when I get done today, I'll check my Twitch settings. So yeah. Also, okay. Uh, oh, yes. I actually did that at the beginning. Sorry, when I started this morning, and my apologies. I actually started earlier than what my scheduled time was on Twitch. But that was the very first thing that I did. You're talking about that temple I found in the Kindle Waste. I mean, in the Blackmire Forest area. Yeah, yeah. So it's a portal pad. You know, and it takes you into the new area, but I don't understand why your flame shrine has to be fully upgraded to get into the new area. That seems like that's like an error on their part, because they were supposed to make, a couple of ways to get in, because you can get in through the summit. You can go over the hills in the Nomad Highlands, but for the storyline, purpose, you either go in through the summit or you go in through that portal, but you can't go in through that portal until you have your flame shrine fully upgraded. So, yeah, so I was excited. I wanted to do that first thing this morning. Yeah, but thank you. All right, so we're going to go into the castle now. The castle actually has a area in it that I need to get down into that I wasn't able to. So we're going to fly over to the castle. Now, if you haven't been into the castle yet, okay, when you come in, just follow the carpeted block. Let me put my ring light back on. You just keep following this piece of carpeting, and then when you get in here, you turn to the left, okay, and you go into this room here, and there's a scroll right here, and you read this scroll, and it gives you the ability to make all of the curved blocks. So I like that, But this castle is huge, and it's got tons and tons of resources in it. So I recommend emptying out before you come in. The only things that I found to fight in here are those stupid wisps up above. But yeah, there is all kinds of stuff in here to collect. And then what we're going to do is we're going to push buttons to get that door and the one that's on the other side open. So there's a button right here, okay, and then there's a button over there where the other wisps are at. So other than that, this castle is 100% empty, devoid of any life, until you get into the shroud in the basement, which you have to have your flame shrine fully upgraded. Now, I do recommend that you check, because usually those wisps are hiding in this first upper hole. I would love to be able to take over this castle. It is so huge, and it's very well thought out. I mean, of course, all these doors you have to unlock, but like here's a huge bedroom and stuff. I haven't found any secret doors in it though. This is also the place where you get the this sword here, the Guard of the North sword, and it's a really good sword. And of course there's scrolls to read inside of here too. But you have this, and then you also have one of these reliefs over here that you'll want to pick up. But yeah, I like the hot tub in here, you know, inside of the home. I'm gonna put one inside of a couple of my people's homes as well. And there are tons of things to find outside of this place as well. So I recommend, you know, dedicating at least an hour to this place just to search upstairs, downstairs, the outsides. That was weird. I hear something. But you know what? I'm going to put my fighting gear on because there's no more water. But I want to get the maximum amount of benefit. For survivability. And then, of course, you know, you got this awesome throne, which we can't make. It would be cool if we could. Oh, I did not go, for you guys' sake, I did not go through the doorway over here. Pearls. I mean, who wouldn't want to be able to have these type of ranges and ovens in their places? I've asked for probably a year and a half now to be able to make these, you know. But yeah, we've not gotten anywhere with it. There's been several people that, along with myself, that have requested that we'd be able to make them. Now, possibly when they do the last update, maybe they'll put that in there as an ability for creative mode. Alright, and then here is where you get the Guard of the North sword, which I want to grab one because they look cool. Then let's see if that sword is any better than mine. Okay, that one goes to level 50. Mine is also level 50. So when you fully upgrade it, it'll do 119 DPS, and then you'll want to stick a gem in it. So yeah. Oh yeah, and there's wasp outside. They're a royal pain. Okay, let's go downstairs and play with the monsters. Wow, one monster in particular, he's one of those big armored bugs, but he's hella dangerous. He's killed me a few times already. There is this platform here, and if you can lure him over here and get back up onto this platform in time, you can kill him from here. And I need to drink a couple potions here. I'm also going to activate that. And then, let's see here. Alright, and I'm going to put my beaten stick ring on. And then the idea is we're just going to see, he's back there. wasn't here. He carved all this out with his laser beam. All right. Damn explodey bugs. Oh my god, there's another one of those things? When did they put two of them down here? Regenerate for some stupid reason. I'm out of food. Now this here, this just goes down into the area that we first started in, so there's really no reason for me to go down there. But after you take out the shot core, you know, that's where you would go to. Alright, so let's go back to our main house. While I'm teleporting, then I'll check my chat window. Okay, yeah, waiting for my friend to join my game. So far, I have made a watermill. Oh, cool, yeah, watermills are fun. I built one for each one of my two people that have run through here. Yeah. Yeah, it is a really nice throne. Like I said, I wish, you know, wish we could make it. But I guess that's why he was the king, or she was the queen, or whoever sat upon it, you know. You know, and the crazy thing is normally everybody ends up talking to me on Twitch and um, not on YouTube. So today it's actually different, and I'm not complaining by any means. You know, I just think it's funny. Mary 5697, thank you. I've added you to my friends list. That way you'll get updates whenever I'm on. And then Morkneg, um, are you is your name Morkneg on Twitch as well? Okay, I'm going to add you to my friends list on Twitch if you're not already on it. All right, Mark Neg, I added you to my friends list on Twitch as well. Same name all over the place. I wonder how you were able to do that. Because, like I said, I tried using my Lucy the Bold because that's the one I go by. Even when I was playing D&D online or D&D pen and paper, my character name was always Lucy the Bold. You know? So, yeah. Cool. All right, I'm going to get things unloaded. I'm going to put some points in, too, in case if anybody's wanting to know, you know, what my skill tree looks like. All right, so currently I have the water aura. I'm sure you've seen it going off around me and stuff. I have just a few things in the tank, you know, like heavy plates, shiny plates. I need to add this one, Constitution. Constitution's huge in this game. See, now, being a bow user, I don't want to be a tower. I don't want to be the one getting all of the aggro. As strange as that sounds, because I do have a tank. And when she hits something, she can hit for 5,000 DPS. Great sword damage is increased by 10%. You know what? Why is... That must have been from before. Swift blades allow you to attack faster with one-handed swords and axes. Wow. Hammer time. You know, I probably, because I switch back and forth, should do that tree. But I like the grounding hook, you know, the grappling hook, being able to grab something and pull it into me. It's great. And then on the athlete, you know, crash down attack. I have tried with my other character to use the upward slash attack. I, for whatever reason, cannot do that. So, my spouse does though, because she plays Enshrouded too. But Enshrouded, Diablo, and Borderlands. We both play those. Your parry bashes the enemy for 20 blunt damage. Bash damage is increased by your strength attribute. Splash dash. Whirlwind. Oh, that's kind of a no-brainer. Because I use that downward, you know, when I do that double jump and come down to just destroy things. Well, I don't want to do that. But on the Ranger and Assassin tree, I have those pretty much filled in. The only thing I don't really feel like it's a thing for me is the kick. And I don't use daggers. I have a dagger build character. So Silent Stride is something that they use. And I don't typically use explosives on my arrows. I've never found the exploding arrows to be all that great, maybe. But I use bee sting a lot, especially like when I'm in the howled halls, you know, jumping up into the air and then hovering for a few seconds, and then you know, shooting as much as I can. I also take multi-shot, which I'm sure you've seen from watching my videos, where I have a higher percentage chance of, you know, shooting more than one arrow. But I've noticed it doesn't actually take the extra arrows from my arrow supply, so it apparently just generates them. And then multi-shot spread, and then multi-shot trigger. So, and of course that's just a no-brainer. Ranger +2 to endurance, +2 to dex, +5 to stamina, +5 to critical chance and critical damage. Of course, updraft. You almost have to have updraft in this game. Now, I have thought about doing this: a magical powered punch that pushes back and stuns enemy. Replaces your unarmed attack as long as you have the necessary mana available. That would be good. My spouse uses that, and a friend of mine, Thud, when he plays, he's a full-out mage, battle mage. He uses that too. He likes it a lot. And then I have a mage build too, that pretty much all these mage trees are just full. And I like the quick charge, because when you're using the oh, I don't remember what the name of the spell is, but it's the one that does the shroud damage. It's like a downward explosion. You don't want to wait for that thing to charge up. Okay, so this girl, heavy-handed, fills up enemy stun bar. You know, I could have sworn I had that. So do I do this? I don't use a blunt instrument. I'm pretty much using a two-handed axe. Not to say that I wouldn't use that, but I think I'm gonna put a point in there. strength, constitution. Titan's Edge. This sounds so cool. So I have about 10 more points to get, because I think it's 184 now. So this is, let's see what my attributes are like. Health, mana, stamina, melee damage, ranged damage. It's surprising that my melee damage is that much more, 18% more than my ranged. Now 29 minutes, that's not realistic, people. That is because I have the time in the shroud set to maximum, because I do a lot of exploration and I don't want to be running in and out of the shroud. So I have shroud time set to 200%. To me, it just seems like, you know, something that I like to do. Damage, critical damage, melee ranged, 28% extra. Of course, when I shoot somebody from the backside, you know, that's how they drop and fall a lot of times so quickly, is because it's considered a sneak attack, even though I'm not stabbing them, I'm hitting them from the backside. That's why, as a bow user, I like to try to be up and behind things. So I'll get up on roofs, or like in the dungeon that we just came out of, you know, and then I get extra damage against ranged, flying, and fell creatures. I'm thinking that the Drac, it probably goes off of your gear. And then of course the armor that I'm currently wearing. Now, speaking of armor, so one of the things I've been wanting to do, and I need to go look and see if I can do it yet, is I want this pair of the Skull Stalker gloves, and the reason why I want it, I gotta make more Gleam Root, is because bow shots do an extra 9 damage, and then skill shots, which I usually will try to go for a headshot on my enemies, will give me an extra 13. So I want these, and then these boots, I think that's what I'm going to go with. I might go with a fighter style boot instead. Alright, what dust was it that she said that I needed? Gleam Root dust. There we go. Oh, well, that turned out really good, yeah. Now I need to bring a bed in here. I gave her a potty chair. I need to probably pick that up. You know, I could put one in there. Yeah, it's considered a bed. My spouse says you need to put a bamboo lounge chair in there. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, because it is a bed. The rattlesnake bow. Yeah, I know. It looks different, so I'm going to keep it that way I can put it out on display. All right. Pick that up. That should give me enough room to put a chase lounge in. See, I have all of these. I think it's kind of cool because it's a storyboard, you know. And then I got the No Name, Mr. No Name here the other day. Oh, my animals must be, hopefully they're down in the basement and not underneath the bed. Because I've seen that happen too. How? See, this kills me. I mean, you know, that they're there like that. Still gotta make more chests. Clay, amber, sulfur. I don't think I had any clay, amber, or sulfur. Pet food, corn, straw, wheat, fiber, honey, nuts, and oat. Oh. It's something else I wish that we could do is anything that's consumable, you know, only stacks to 20. I do wish that it could stack higher because, you know, imagine being able to have it stacked to 50 or 100 or even 250. You could make food and it would pretty much last forever. Do we have any flowers on me? No. I don't have any herbs, no color palettes, no dried berries, man-made items. Gonna put that in there. Gonna put the toilet in there. Rings, staff, wands, bows. Staffs. It's probably the best staff that I've found so far. This is all my one-handed stuff. I haven't been getting rid of any of these things because some of them just are not in the game anymore. That way I can set them out when I decide to upgrade my trophy room upstairs. Don't have any extra instruments on me. And I didn't grab anything that was a collectible. Alright, let me refill this. So I'm trying to use up all of my old potions before I start with the new ones. Roofing blocks, sands, dirt. There's probably some, yeah. My spouse says I have a weird organization for stuff. It works for me. At least for now. Oh, wisp of light. The pearls and stuff, those should have gone upstairs. Oh, veilwater items. There, go right in here. Potions. That needs to go there. All right, so let's make him the new bard assistant. Let's make him a chase lounge. I mean, it works like a bed. Will he be able to lay in it? Where's my tools? There we go. All right, number 8. And alt. The assistants, number 7. There's actually spaces for 3 more assistants. That's interesting. Huh. Let me get him in here.
Hello there.
Get him into that bed. Villagers, there's not any more spaces. I suspect that 2 of the assistants, one will be for Captain Melville and the other will be for Elio Riki, the barber, and Mi Yin. Because Mi Yin, the fisherman, and the barber, those are the only 3 that do not have an assistant at this time. Abandoned my old loot a while back. actually think I have a legendary handpan. I am curious about something. Supposedly, I was under the impression that if you play a musical instrument, they had talked once about them playing with you. And I don't see that happening yet. 109 is the current comfort level. I have one, my other character has comfort level of 109. Alright, so they apparently don't do that yet. But they're supposed to play with you. That may come with the next update. Alright, so that's still churning. Come on, I need to get you out of there. Okay, so I have one dog downstairs and this one in the bookcase. I've also asked Enshrouded devs to allow us to put the pets onto the summoning staffs. That way when they get lost or they fall into an opening, you know, because for whatever reason the pets do not go back to their beds to sleep. And they should. Because if you could assign them a particular bed, you know, like let's say, you know, his name is Fido, for instance, you know, you could make this his bed, and then that way, you know, he would go to it. Seems reasonable. Say, like, that cat's hungry, but I can't remove the bookcase because the cat's there. There. Dumb cat. Alright, so my other dog. Is he down here? Where's my other dog? Alright, I'm missing a dog.
Hi.
Hi!
Wonder if he somehow slipped outside. Or maybe he's upstairs. Oh, here he is. See? He's sleeping on the stair steps. And not in his bed. Okay. And then upstairs here, this is my bed. This is the captain's bed. This is Emily's bed. And then me Yin's bed. And then I have this empty room here, which is going to be my weapons. And then upstairs on the roof, I also have a little gathering place here that I've never finished. And then up here on the roof, you can see I have my water wheel, I have my barn, I actually have a pier, you know, and I have water. There's my gardens and my trees. Now, I'm going to take one of these chairs down below because they're supposed to give you, oh, let me show you guys this. So this is currently my collectibles and stuff, but the weapons I'm going to move down to that other room, and then this will just be for armor suits and stuff of that nature. So I have a few pieces that I'm still trying to find. In fact, let's put that chair there. I need to find out what else I need to do to get to that 109. +6 for the bench. I don't have the bench. And I don't have any of these inside. +6. +6. And as far as I know, these don't stack the different types of lights, but we'll make one. Still at 95. What is it that I'm missing? $95. I have these type of lights on my base. Maybe that. Okay, and I needed string. light? Really? A throwable light that activates upon landing even underwater, not as strong as other light sources. Oh, that's crazy. That's the first time I've seen that. Water balloons, yeah. There's something that he has now that... Yeah, I don't think there is. I think I'll see if somebody upstairs has something that I can stick out on the ground that I'm missing. Oh, I got me and stuff, and she doesn't hurt. None of her stuff
Hi.
gives you that extra. I don't have one of these, and that may be what I'm missing. It's too big to be indoors. A tactful place to put this. Yep, my windmill. She's waving at me. You know what? I have one of these. It's right over there. Elizabeth thinks it has to be inside of the home. Doesn't give you anything. Okay. Alright, then let me check my chat window, and then that's going to be it for today. And then tomorrow is Tuesday. Let me see here. Yeah, it did take a little while to get all the ice up. Definitely. Definitely. Oh, let's see here. So So tomorrow will be 2 o'clock in the afternoon for Tuesday. And then Wednesday, I'm going to go back to Tainted Grail, the Fall of Avalon, for a while. Because I was doing that on Wednesday evenings. I have people that like to watch that game. Thursday is Thanksgiving. Currently, I don't have any plan of doing a video because of all of the cooking and stuff going on for Thanksgiving. But then Friday, I'll be back at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And Saturday and Sunday, 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. Okay, everybody, have an awesome Monday. Wow, yeah. Where are you at, Morkneg? It's almost 7 p.m. now. Northern Europe, awesome. On YouTube, I've been, my spouse and I like culture. So we watch a lot of stuff from over in Europe, as well as Japan. One of the things that we're watching right now is all the Christmas festivals that are going on in the areas, the cheese festivals going on over in France and in Sweden and stuff like that, and yeah, and then we have several Korean channels that we like to watch for Korean foods and stuff. So yeah, that's cool. Thank you. Yeah, that's really epic. Yeah, I don't know where all of my members are from, but yeah, that's really neat. All right then, I will see you later. Everybody have a good day. Thank you.